Hi, nice to meet you. I'm Dawn. I am at a crossroads in my life. I am recently, as of the last 6 months or 5 months, recently an empty nester. I have 3 beautiful children, grown and doing their lives, and they're doing it pretty good, adulting. Anyway, I found myself after my youngest daughter left, I found myself in it was bizarre. I didn't know what to do with myself. For the last 22 years, I've, been a mama and a single mama. So I've been busy. And I've had couple of relationships here and there, but for the most part, it's been me. And I found myself as if I were a mouse in a maze. What do I do with myself? Where do I go from here? What do I do? I'm 57 years old and I've worked since I was 15 years old, and then I was working full-time, overtime, and I would work whatever I could, and like I was a workaholic, and then I became a mama, and it was the best decision I ever made in my life, and worked and was a mama. And then when my youngest daughter left, I don't know what I am. I don't know who I am. I didn't even know what I liked. As time has gone on, and my faith in the Lord, I don't ever want to be without the Lord. But okay, and I sat and asked the Lord, okay, what do I like? Sitting in a moment of silence there, what do I like? And actually thinking, what do I like? What do I enjoy? What were the things that I said I would do once the kids were grown? And of course, I never thought they'd actually leave. So, they all 17 and 18, they're out doing their thing, which is fine. I mean, it's wonderful. My son is grown and married and having his first child, and so I get to be a grandma now. But before I dive into being a grandma, who am I? What do I like? What do I want to do? So as I'm sitting there, literally one day out in the middle of nowhere, because I do a lot of adventuring, I go to places that are off the beaten path. I am not one to follow the path. I like to be off of it. So I like to go where people don't go. And so one day I was sitting out just praying to the Lord and just asking him, gosh, what now? What do I do with my future now? Like what? I'm older, so there's certain things I can't do, but I'm still young and feel like my whole life is ahead of me. And so as time has gone on, I've just gradually been doing things that, okay, well, I think I want to do this. Well, I think I want to do this. Okay, well, I said once the kids were grown and out of the house, I was going to do this. And so I've done those things and been doing those things. And one of the things, there's 2 things that I'm extremely passionate about. Well, anything I get involved in, I'm pretty much passionate about. But 2 things that I refuse to live without, and that's nature and God. And so I thought, well, and I watch so many YouTube channels, and I watch wonderful, beautiful people. Oh my gosh, I just love, and I've followed this couple that from the beginning, when they started out with their life, and they're 6 years into it, and they're married, and they've got a child, and they're growing their farm, and I watch certain people, and I see how they do. I'm not them, and I don't know what my future holds. But what I know is the YouTube channels that I've watched, they've inspired me, because they'll say, just do it, just do it. I don't know anything about YouTube. I don't know anything about editing. I don't know anything about any of this media stuff. I don't know nothing. I am old school. I love to take pictures because I love pictures, and now videos, because videos are timeless. And I often think of when I do a video, like with my kids, I do Marco Polo, and they do Snapchat. I tried Snapchat, but I just, it takes too much time for me to try to figure it out, and I don't want to waste all my time. I want to live life, not be on, anyway. So but I thought, well, heck, you know what? Let's do it, because it doesn't matter. My hope and prayer is that, of course, it grows, and that maybe one day I can make money off of it, and that will be I'll be living my passion, and I'll be documenting it as I go. There's that, and then there's also, I, can document what my journey's been. I started documenting 6 years ago, when I decided I went down the drug road and got caught up in drugs and was a drug dealer. And 6 years ago, I decided that was not for me. That's not why God created me. And so I started, and I look back at those videos, and one of them, like, they're 4 months, or I was 2 months clean, and like, I don't know how I'm gonna do it, and I look so different then, and that inspires me to keep going, and so I know that as I look back, because life is growing, right? We live and we learn and we grow and we prosper, and whatever we do and wherever we set our mind to. And so I feel like that's what I want to do. And then the other thing is too, grandchildren. I don't know how many days I have here on earth. I hope and pray that I get to know my grandchildren and love on them and be the grandma that I've always dreamed of being, that I never had. I didn't have grandparents. They were way older, and a couple of them had succumbed to sickness or injury before I was even, I don't remember them at all. I know there's a picture of me with my grandmother, but I never knew my grandfather on my mother's side. And my grandmother and grandfather on my father's side were way older, and my siblings and I are the youngest of our, not on my mother's side, but on my father's side, we're the youngest kids. Well, no, I think there's a couple that are younger, but anyway, for the most part, we're younger. And so I never really got to know them. Didn't have the grandparent to take it over and bake cookies and have them for the weekend and just enjoy them and go on trips and stuff. And I pray that that can be the case for me, but if not, God only knows. But then my grandkids can look back and look what Yaya did. Look what Yaya did. My kids. I have videos of my children, and because we don't know, we're not guaranteed tomorrow. So those videos I can look back on and remember, and just, and my kids get to look at it, and they get to look back at them, and they get to laugh at me, and they get to make fun of me, and they get to be proud of me, and they get to, I don't know if they ever are proud. I think they probably are proud of me, but but either way, they get to look back at them. They get to remember, oh, you know, the dorky moments or the bad moments or the good moments, and so I thought, heck, why not? Let's do it. So I hope I build the community. I love to encourage people, and I certainly love to hear about others' journey in life and their opinions, and there's some opinions I'm not gonna like, and that's okay. I'm all right with that too. I don't care. I just love life and love people, and so I just want to, I don't know where this is going to go, but I'm excited. And you know what? And I'm hoping and praying to do it without editing. Cause number one, because I don't know how to do editing. And I don't know that I want to learn editing. So does that mean should I hire somebody to do it for me? Because I don't want to. Life is lessons, and we make mistakes. And our society, in my opinion, our society has gotten so caught up in, you got to look a certain way, you got to do a certain thing, you got to act a certain way. Well, guess what? That's not reality. Reality is mistakes. Reality is oopses. Reality is screwing up. Reality is making big, big, big mistakes. Reality is, but just getting back up and doing it. There's many older ladies. Lulu is one. I just love her, and I pray that one day I get to meet her, because she's in her early 70s, and I believe at this moment, this is 26, I believe in this moment, she's been on YouTube for a couple of years now, and she started out, built out her van, used to watch and whatnot, and retired, and she's doing it. And she's just an inspiration to me. I don't know what my future holds, but I'm excited to get out there and get trying. So I pray and hope that you come along. And by this point, you already know how to like, subscribe, and leave a comment, because that helps me, and it doesn't cost anybody anything. That's the beautiful thing about it. I just love it. Like, comment, and subscribe. You know, and hey, let's see where it goes. And who knows, whoever watches this, it might encourage them to, let's do it. Anyway, it's a pleasure meeting you. I'm excited to do this journey. And if you want to come along, hit like, subscribe, and comment. And we'll see what happens. Bye, guys.